Tonight on The Roast, community anger over nuclear waste removal plans, a new report suggests that China will be the next big wine producer, and mass food poisoning in Canberra. Wouldn't have happened under Howard. A paper released by the National Academy of Sciences has uncovered a new and tragic victim of global warming.
The paper estimates that anywhere from 19 to 73% of the land suitable for wine growing in today's major wine regions will be lost to climate change by 2050.
Between 19 and 73%, which I guess makes me really worried, or not worried at all. And according to the National Academy of Ballpark Figures, this global warming thing's already been around for a couple of years, but unlike a good bottle of Grange, appears to be getting worse with age. Now, 2 years ago, Spain even hosted a world conference on climate change and wine, featuring keynote speeches from Al Gore and Kofi Annan. Those speeches started out pretty impressively, but over time became increasingly slurred, veered off topic, and ended with a late-night rendezvous they both regret. Now, the key wine areas likely to be affected by climate change include California, Chile, Argentina, Southern Europe and Australia. However, other places like China are expected to flourish. So thanks to China, it sounds like everything's going to be okay.
The best wine suitability in China is in panda habitat.
Ah, crap. Well, for more now on how the wine industry apparently has no choice but to kill the last pandas, we'll cross to our resident wine expert, Mark Humphries. Mark.
This report is a wake-up call, Tom. Preservation is the key. If we don't act now, pretty soon they'll all be gone.
The pandas, yeah.
No, the wine. See, vineyards like this are now an endangered species. We need to think about the future generations. What are my children going to drink? Water? Like a common panda?
Well, actually, Mark, pandas are incredibly rare. That's kind of the problem.
True, and that's why I've joined forces with the WWF.
Oh, the World Wildlife Fund.
No, the World Wine Fund. Tom, I feel like you're not listening to me. See, if this panda region is destroyed to make way for a wine region, then I can't guarantee the quality of a 2053 Szechuan Pinot Noir. Dry, oaky, with a hint of ling-ling. No thank you, Tom.
And you don't think there's any chance that panda and wine could coexist?
Oh, well, there's a thought. Maybe the pandas could all get drunk and finally each other.
Okay, so with China expected to become one of the power players in global wine production, the big question is...
will we be drinking Chinese clarets and Montana Merlots in 50 years' time?
Well, fortunately we can find out with our correspondent from the future, Nick Richardson. He joins us live from the site of our studio in 2070. Nick, how bad was global warming for the wine industry?
Shut up, Tom. This is really important. Get to a bottle shop right now and buy as many goon bags as you can.
Goon bags? No thanks, Nick. I'm not really a fan of the cheap stuff.
Cheap? Oh, you're in 2013, but it's not cheap now. See, all the vineyards died out in 2024, and then there was a global war fought over wine resources after we hit peak Pinot Noir. After that, China took over world production of wine, and now those cheap silver goon pillows are like gold.
Why? I thought with China taking over production, the price of wine would go down.
Exactly, it did, but only because China started sweatshopping the shit out of wine. Now there's all these humanitarian ads showing shoeless infants in cramped conditions, foot-stomping grapes in badly lit corporations, watched by panda guards.
So pandas survived?
Survived? They flourished, and they are mean, horny drunks. You should have let them die, Tom.
Oh God, that really does sound awful, but why is my current wine worth so much to you?
Because wine is now just a soulless industry, and this Chinese Merlot tastes like crap, probably because it's got kid in it. You see, the kid-free stuff only exists in the past, in your bottle shops. So stock up, Tom, and bury it right next to you.
Okay, I've got some from Sean here. Do you want me to bury it? Did that work?
Yes! Thank you, Tom! Oh God, the pandas are here! And they've been drinking!
Well, good luck, Nick. Turning to Canberra now, and a salmonella outbreak has resulted in more than 100 people falling ill and at least 15 people being admitted to hospital. It's Canberra's most vomit-inducing food story since MP Peter Slipper described female genitalia as a mussel removed from its shell. The outbreak occurred during the opening week of the Copa Brazilian Churrasco restaurant with its all-you-can-eat dining experience. And in case you're wondering if churrasco is Portuguese for all-you-can-flush, let me tell you, it just means grilled meat. Although with an investigation now underway, the only meat that's likely to be grilled at that restaurant anytime soon are those Brazilian chefs. Now, the exact source of the outbreak has not yet been identified, since the menu included meats and sauces and salads. Salad? Who the hell orders salad at a churrasco restaurant? And of course, a bad reputation can be hard for a restaurant to shake off. To this day, if you Google Sydney's Coogee Bay Hotel, you'll bring up the popular search topic, Coogee Bay Hotel poo ice cream. It's been 5 years since human excrement was found in that restaurant's dessert, but I can still taste it. And one person who'll be intrigued by this food poisoning news is Jazz Twemlow, our resident gastronomy specialist.
No, that's a typo, Tom. I'm a gastro specialist. I'm not like all those other boring food critics who like their food flavoursome and hygienic. No, I like my food grotty and incorrectly stored. You order the salmon, I order the salmonella. By the way, you're still coming to the opening of my restaurant this Friday?
Yeah, I'll see how this is going. Jazz, tell me, what effect will this salmonella outbreak have on the Canberra dining scene?
It's been fantastic, Tom. Finally, some good gastro here in Australia. See, I've puked up steak tartare in Paris, hurled sashimi in Tokyo, and projectiled my way all across the gastro heaven that is India. But for too long, when it came to dining out in Australia, there were no options. Sure, some of your pies give me a bit of reflux, but nothing ever sent me diving for the toilet. Until now. With this salmonella outbreak, Canberra is now a major international gastro player. Reviews in the Canberra Times rave that allegedly more than 50 people fell ill because of Copa Brazilian Churrasco. Between you and me, I wouldn't be surprised if they snatch a Michelin bucket this year.
Michelin bucket? Does anyone have 3 buckets?
Not yet, but if someone dies at my opening of Le Vomitorium this Friday, I'll be a shoo-in. Oh, hospital food. I asked for this chicken to be raw and dragged through the scabies ward.
And finally, breaking nuclear news, Australia. We paid a lot of money for that graphic, but I'm kind of hoping we never have to use it again because, like practically all nuclear news, it's pretty scary. In this edition, a group of South Sydney residents are outraged as radioactive waste and parts of a retired nuclear reactor are set to be moved from Australia's only nuclear station in Sydney and buried in the Northern Territory desert, the latest example in our long, shameful history of Australian desert nuclear abuse. See, residents are concerned about the potential accidents that could result from spillage of radioactive waste. And to find out more, we're joined now by science correspondent Dave Ferrier. Now, David, where are you?
I'm in the back of a truck, Tom. I'm going to get me a free trip to Darwin on this beauty.
Wait, on the back of the truck filled with nuclear waste?
You bet. It'll be the safest and smoothest ride I'll ever get.
Safe? Really? You don't think residents should be worried about a truck filled with toxic carcinogenic waste heading through their suburb? I mean, what if it crashes?
Tom, this is locked up nice and tight. It's not the Oz Lotto truck. It has a roof, and I'm pretty sure the wheels will support it. Remember, Tom, radioactive material isn't just environmentally dangerous, it's politically dangerous. And the government can't afford to have a spill, so they'll take every precaution they can. So I'll just kick back and enjoy the safest ride I could ever get to the Northern Territory.
Okay, now what's going to happen to the waste when it gets up there?
They're just going to bury it, but that's for the future people to worry about.
Well, at least it only happens every now and then. But our roads are filled with trucks carrying other kinds of hazardous waste every day. Clark Richards, I believe you're in one of those flammable petrol tankers right now.
Yep, but old mate here says there's nothing to worry about. Says he's a real professional. 27 straight hours on the road and we haven't once stopped or revived. I need a wee.
Okay, so what do you think about the transportation of nuclear waste?
At least you know it's a safe ride. We're trucking 30,000 litres of liquid explosive at 100 clicks an hour. One straight pothole and it's goodbye Clarky and goodbye Keith. No, Keith, wake up!
Well, at least he was wearing a seatbelt. Good night.